Monika Schulz-Strelow, the woman behind Germany's gender quota. Monika Schulz-Strelow was born in 1948 in post-war Germany and grew up during the country's economic miracle at the German-Dutch border. Business became her professional home. For 15 years, she has been the managing director of BAO Berlin, the Berlin Association for the Promotion of Foreign Trade. She represented the interests of Berlin's business community around the world, built networks across Europe and, with her own office in Brussels at the European Commission, used her political connections to support Berlin's economy. Often, she was the only woman in the room, surrounded by men. During this time, she realized two things. There are far too few women in leadership positions. And, the economy cannot thrive without the expertise of women. So, in 2006, Monika Schulz-Strelow and 7 other women founded the non-profit organization FIDA Women on Boards. She became its first president and led the organization on a voluntary basis for 15 years. She brings together 3 key strengths. She is well-connected and skilled in political negotiation. With charm and humor, she finds common ground even in tense situations. And she is quick to respond, delivering clear, memorable messages. These strengths have enabled her to build powerful alliances, such as the Berlin Declaration. In 2011, she launched this nationwide initiative for gender equality. It brings together female politicians from all parties in the German parliament as well as women's organizations. Together, they called for a 30% gender quota on supervisory boards and created lasting political pressure. Thanks to Monika's efforts, women's participation in leadership is now enshrined in law. In 2015, the first Leadership Positions Act was passed. It requires that 30% of supervisory board seats in listed companies with equal representation be held by women. 6 years later came the second Leadership Positions Act, which made it mandatory for executive boards with more than 3 members to include at least 1 woman or 1 man. The foundation for these laws and debates. FIDA's Women on Board Index. It was developed by Monika Schulz-Strelow and is still produced under her leadership every year. Together with her team, she analyzes the share of women on supervisory and executive boards across Germany's 400 largest private and public companies. Monika Schulz-Strelow has also brought national attention to the topic of women in leadership. She has organized a total of 13 FIDA forums. These events welcome high-ranking guests every year, such as EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, former Chancellors Angela Merkel and Olaf Scholz, ministers and parliamentarians from Germany and abroad, ambassadors, and senior representatives of major companies and institutions. Monika's work is making a difference for women across Germany. Thanks to her political skills and tireless commitment, the share of women on supervisory boards has nearly doubled in 10 years to 37.5% today. The share of women on executive boards is now 4 times higher than in 2015, rising from 5 to 20.4%. Her influence hasn't gone unnoticed. Manager magazine and the Boston Consulting Group have repeatedly named her one of Germany's most influential businesswomen. In 2013, she has received the Order of Merit of the Federal Republic of Germany, awarded by Federal President Joachim Gauck, in recognition of her unwavering efforts to open up access to leadership positions for qualified women, and for winning support from powerful players in politics and business. And even today, at an age when she could be enjoying life as a woman of leisure, Monika Schulz-Strelow remains a passionate advocate. In times of global backlash, she calls for more integrity and boldness in politics and business. As spokesperson for the Berlin Declaration and honorary president of FIDA, she continues to push for one clear goal: parity in leadership.